Now then, is this thing on? Well, I hope you're all sitting comfortably. Welcome to the first video of 2025. Just a bit of a welcome to a relaunch of this channel, I suppose. I started this channel with the full intention of going out onto aeroplanes, visiting some of the nicest places across Europe and documenting it for my friends and family. I've been to Krakow and that was lovely, and then last year I went to France and not so lovely, but I'll come on to that in another video. So where am I up to now? Well, let's be honest, 2024 has been one of them years where I feel like I've been chewed up and spat out the other side, a lot poorer, a lot more in debt, and it's just a circling, never-ending, going to work, paying the bills, not even paying the bills. So obviously the original idea of travelling, well, that got knocked on the head. Just not been able to afford it. So obviously the cost of living crisis, I mean, absolutely stupid how much stuff costs at the moment, absolutely ridiculous. Every time you get your energy bills, it's more. Obviously we're in the winter at the moment, so it will be more, but absolutely horrendous. Food, my gosh, food. How expensive is food now? Everything, fuel, everything. It's, for me, it's unsustainable. So the middle of summer last year, I sort of started thinking about how do I change this. Obviously I work full time, I cannot put any more hours in, and I can't increase my money in line with how much stuff is going up. So it is what it is. So middle of last year I decided that enough's enough, I'm going to have to do something, and I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube about how people were doing van life, and I thought, well, yeah, that sounds like a feasible way out of all of this. So I went and bought a van. Didn't really know what I was looking for. It was just more of a, I need to change the circumstances. So I bought a van. It was already kitted out as a motorhome. I thought, brilliant, absolutely wonderful, until I got it home and tried to tax and insure it, and it came out that I don't have the license. I need a C1 license to drive that, so it's parked up and it's parked up from the day when I bought it. It's not moved. Yeah, so it's a bit of a kicker. I have considered doing my C1 license, and it's not something I'm against doing. It's just, for me right now, the price of a C1 license and the time, it's just a non-starter. So excuse me, I'll check the notes. So anyway, it was back to the drawing board, and still very interested in van life, still very interested in alternative ways of living, still getting a lot poorer, and that brought me to around about November time, and I purchased this. It's a Citroen Relay L3H2. I bought it as a non-runner, and I paid pretty much scrap value for it, taking a chance that I might be able to do something with it, fully knowing by now that at worst case scenario I could break it for parts and make the money. I mean, this chair I'm sat on here right now, I could probably get 300 quid for it easy, so I wasn't concerned. And the issue with the van was that the timing chain, it's a 2.2 Puma engine. The timing chain had snapped. I'd spoken to the lady that I bought it from, and she said that she didn't think it had done any damage, but she wasn't prepared to take the gamble. So, well, I did. So the first thing I'd done, I'd got it to the garage and crossed my fingers, my toes and everything else, and just left it with him. I said, look, have a look at it, let me know what you think. Well, to my surprise, that was on the Thursday, and on the Saturday he said timing, the engine's absolutely fine. He'd been down in some camera or something, I don't know, I'm not mechanical at all, and he said the engine is absolutely fine, there's nothing bent, nothing snapped, nothing scraped, absolutely fine, it just needs the timing chain putting back on sale. That cost me £550, including labour. Picked the van up on the Monday morning, so probably one of the biggest slice of luck of 2024 for myself personally, because the money that sunk into the other van suddenly became offset with what I saved to get a van. This is a 64 plate, so it was 10 years old, so it's got 170,000 on the clock, but it is what it is. This is not my forever home. This is something that if I can get 3 to 5 years out of it, I'll consider it job done. So anyway, so the timing chain's sorted, the engine's sorted, it's had a bit of a service, obviously because I've had to take the oil out anyway, so it made sense. There's auxiliary belt, and that's about it. So from then, obviously, I'm middle of November now, and I'm working full time still, and work has insured the van as a work vehicle temporarily. So on work's time, I've given it a good running. I've been all over the country. I've been up to Forfar in Scotland, all around Glasgow, Edinburgh, and right the way down to Northampton and down to Portsmouth and back, and I'm reasonably confident, touch wood, reasonably confident now that the engine is fine. The only problem I did have was on a trip back from Dudley. The alternator died. My God, that was a traumatic experience. Literally charge the battery a bit off a mobile battery, it'd go for a couple of miles, die again. I thought, Jesus, what am I going to do? Well, this is where the old van helps the new van. So I'm stuck just outside of Derby, and there's still 40 odd miles to go. I got a friend to pick me up, and then the next day we went with a charged battery off the old van, put it in, hoping for the best, and I literally managed to get it home. So I was absolutely made up. So that's the second time it's gone to the garage, and then it needed the alternator doing. I've done that, and I've not had any problems since. Like I say, I've been all the way up to Scotland, down to Portsmouth, not missed a beat. So I'm really, really happy with that. So at the back end of November, I'm quite happy that the van's fine. I decided that I wanted to be out of the house by December. I told the landlord, I'm giving you your keys back, and that's that. Obviously there's rental arrears, and it is what it is, but at the end of the day, I am out of the house now, so that bill shouldn't increase any further. In fact, now I've not got that commitment anymore, I fully plan on sorting out. This is not a video about how to run away from all your debts, far from it. This is all about drawing a line in the sand so that I can sort it out and get myself back on an even keel. So we're now into December, and I'm doing my last bits and pieces for work and running up and down the country, and then I finish work, and then between finishing work and then coming back, I've literally spent 2 whole weeks emptying and cleaning a 4-bedroom house on my own. That has taken forever. You don't realise how much crap you accumulate over time. Of course, the sad thing is I can't take any of this with me. So literally 40 odd years of life just being taken to the tip. And I've had to be really, really select on what I have held back, because that's a lot of memories, even down to things like the kids' first school uniforms and stuff. I can't take this stuff with me. But then there is something quite uplifting about freeing yourself from all of it. And I don't know if in 12 months' time I'll come back and think, oh, I wish I hadn't thrown that, I wish I hadn't thrown this. It's gone. It's in a landfill somewhere now. It's all unnecessary crap. You do not realise, honestly, I bet if you sat at home now, you could look around the room that you sat in and go, I don't need this, I don't need this, why have I got that? It's crap. It's all crap. You can't take it with you. And I certainly can't take it with me in a van. So, 12th of January, I dropped the keys off back with the landlord and walked away from it all. Yeah, so the 12th of January I give the keys back, and obviously, as you can see behind me with the bulkhead missing, that doesn't look like a home. It doesn't look like a motorhome, it doesn't look like a camper van. It literally is just an empty shell. I'm on day 3 currently of sorting this van out and hopefully turning it into my home on wheels. So, and obviously I've had to start back to work now, so I'm working full time around trying to sort the van out. I'm on day 3 of the work I'm on, and up to now I've taken all the ply out, taken the bulkhead out, taken the floor up, which was absolutely disgusting, and it needed doing because it was damp. Yeah, when I come to lift the floor, there was mud underneath the the plywood, so I've had to give it a really good clean. I'm currently in the middle of cleaning the sills out, which I've got big hands and there's only very small holes to get your hand down there, and my war wound's scratched. Look like I've been attacked. I don't know if you can see that, but it is where it is. I'm going to carry on doing that today, and well, yeah, I'm going to carry on with that today, in around working and giving it lots of time to air out and dry, because believe me, it was damp. So far I haven't really filmed much of what I've been doing in the van. Tell you the truth, I wasn't going to film any of it. I wasn't going to film this video even. I was just going to get cracking with it, get it done and get moving and get on to the rest of my life, but I don't know. But I just decided just to make this little video and put it out there. Somebody might find it entertaining or useful. Quite possibly not. But maybe it's something that I can look back on, because without a doubt 2024 was a rough year. 2025 is not going to be any better. 2025 is probably going to be the most challenging year of my entire life. So by making these videos, at least I'll have something to look back at and go, yeah, well, that's where you started the year, this is where you are now, keep going. But obviously I'm not living in the van in its current state, and I will get onto my current living conditions in the next video. But I think I've gone on for long enough. I've taken a few clips of bits and pieces of what I've done, and I'll probably segment them over and why I'm talking, but I think I rambled on enough for the first video of 2025. So yeah, if you have found it useful, obviously like and subscribe, because it helps. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.